A self-driving car would have been able to prevent those accidents. Waymos are safer than people. The future is now ushering in safety as self-driving cars take to the world's roads. Gruber, the CEO of a motor company, discusses the history behind Waymo and self-driving technology.
Waymo, born out of Sebastian Thrun and his team's visionary work at Google X Lab, has become a pioneering force in autonomous driving technology. Using Google Street View expertise, Waymo laid the groundwork for a transportation revolution. The journey towards developing cars with autonomy began with Anthony Lewandowski when he modified a Toyota Prius with LiDAR technology in 2008. These early prototypes, dubbed Pre-Bots, marked the initial strides towards a self-driving future free from human involvement. Years of testing under Project Chauffeur culminated in Google's first fully autonomous vehicle, the Firefly, unveiled in 2014. In 2016, Google emphasized its dedication to innovation of mobility with Waymo's future endeavors for public use. Waymo's focus on developing autonomous vehicles for public use led to trials in Chandler, Arizona, utilizing modified Chrysler Pacifica minivans throughout the valley. Through relentless refinement, Waymo developed LiDAR systems and amassed real-world driving data, fostering a deep understanding of the road for self-driving cars on the road today and for them in the future. Presently operating in 13 states, Waymo conducts thousands of crash avoidance tests to ensure passenger safety. While companies like Tesla advertise full self-driving autopilot features, Waymo remains at the forefront, offering a preview of a future characterized by safer, more efficient mobility. Learning where self-driving cars come from is important to understanding the safety and expertise behind such a massive technological breakthrough. Residents of the Phoenix metro area have already had the chance to experience Waymo's technology firsthand, guiding society toward a sustainable and transformative future. While skepticism may surround self-driving cars, they undeniably represent the inevitable future of safe transportation.
Self-driving vehicles outperform humans in executing multiple tasks on the road with superior speed and precision due to their advanced technology. A fundamental aspect of self-driving cars is their perception capability, but to fully understand the technology behind self-driving cars, one must understand how radars work. In his video, Sahan Sain explains how radars emit waves, typically radio or microwaves, into the atmosphere, and then detect the reflected waves to determine the distance between objects within their vicinity. An inherent limitation of using radio or microwaves in radar systems, though, is their inability to provide detailed information beyond a general shape. This limitation is significant for self-driving cars, which require as much data as possible to make safe decisions on the road. This is why self-driving cars utilize LiDAR lasers to obtain more precise and detailed information to keep everyone on or near the road safe. Unlike radar, which uses broad waves, LiDAR uses narrow, invisible infrared lasers to capture finer details with precision. Just as Sahan Sain says in his TED video, it can image features as small as a button on a pedestrian's shirt from across the street.
On average, the average time it takes a self-driving car to react is 100 picoseconds, which is equivalent to a trillionth of a second. This is a comparison to the human reaction time, which is on average between 150 to 300 milliseconds.
By utilizing data collected by LiDAR lasers, self-driving cars can make fast, informed decisions that prioritize safety, ultimately saving lives that otherwise might not be saved by human drivers. When adopting autonomous vehicles, the public's largest concern is their safety and reliability. What people fail to realize is the danger and unreliability of human drivers in the first place. In 2021, there were 6,102,936 vehicle accidents in the United States alone. Of those accidents, 39,508 had at least one fatality. Car accidents are the number one cause of death for age groups 1 to 54, especially the 13 to 19 age group, who are 3 times as likely to die than those 20 and up. Worldwide, there are approximately 1.3 million deaths due to car accidents every year. People are poor drivers and leave a large amount of room to improve. In an ideal world, autonomous vehicles would be perfect, But this is not an ideal world, and they are not perfect. Even though they are not perfect, they do not have to be. Self-driving cars only need to be better than people, even if it's a minor amount. A minor improvement of 5% would lead to 305,147 fewer car accidents annually. A 5% reduction in fatalities would be 65,000 lives saved annually. Any improvement beyond human driving leads to a decrease in the number of injuries and lives lost due to car crashes. As stated, autonomous vehicles are not perfect, and they still do get into accidents.
When looking at the instances in which self-driving cars do get into accidents, it was found that 93.7% of the time, it was the fault of another car, a pedestrian, cyclist, or other external factor. And the instances where they do get into car crashes, it was found that 60 to 80% of those crashes happen at speeds under 10 miles an hour, leading to less severe injuries and a much lower fatality rate.
One of the reasons that self-driving vehicles are safer than human drivers is due to their lack of distraction. People are easily distracted, whether it be outside of the car, such as scenery and other cars, or inside the car, with the passengers or technology. The most prominent form of distraction while driving is phones. It was found that over a quarter of accidents involved human error due to texting while driving alone. With self-driving cars being safer than human drivers, adapting technology leads to fewer injuries and lives saved. The potential safety benefits of self-driving cars are significant. There are also selfish motives to adapt this technology. There are not just safety benefits to autonomous cars, as there are massive financial benefits as well. According to the United States Department of Transportation in their 2020 analysis, the annual cost of car accidents in the United States alone totals to $4.47 billion in property damage every year. As autonomous vehicles get into fewer accidents, this statistic would drastically decrease, saving large amounts of money. With the previously stated 5% reduction as an example, there could be a potential $223,500,000 saved each year just in the property damage. In addition to saving money on the property damage, there would be savings in insurance rates not increasing and a lack of medical and funeral bills to pay in the cases of injuries and death. When figuring out the cost of owning a car, there are several factors. According to Kelley Blue Book, a trusted resource of vehicle valuation by both customers and businesses, the average new car costs approximately $48,000. To legally drive a car, people also need insurance, and according to the United States News and World Report, the average cost of a car insurance across several companies was found to be $1,547 annually. There are other fees to owning a car, so in the American Automobile Association, or AAA,
It's found that other costs, such as maintenance, depreciation, and registration, cost another $5,388. Gas is estimated between $3,800 to $5,000 a year per individual as well.
without factoring in the total price of the car, customers are spending approximately $10,735 to own and operate a car. In comparison, it is estimated that by 2027, hailing an automated vehicle would cost approximately $6,311 a year in total, which is significantly cheaper when compared to owning a vehicle.
When looking at the actual price of my Waymo ride and the estimated price of a Uber equivalent, it's found that the Waymo ride was significantly cheaper.
Not only is it cheaper to hail a self-driving car, but the larger payment is for a car that spends the majority of the time parked. It was found that cars, on average, only drive about 14 hours a week.
It was also found that self-driving cars reduce high volume and congested traffic, which is the major cause behind road rage and stress.
Everybody would enjoy the extra money and peace of mind that comes with knowing they would not have to go through the downsides of owning a car.
I recently was in a car accident. I had suffered a very bad concussion as a result of it. Now, if I was in a self-driving car, it could have been easily prevented, as a self-driving car has the safety and the speed and the sensory to prevent it. In conclusion, self-driving cars are on a clear trajectory towards a safer future. These aspects of safety, reliability, and cost-effectiveness in self-driving cars illustrate how the future is coming to a point where unnecessary loss of lives due to accidents is ending. Learning the history of self-driving cars such as Waymo reveals that the innovative minds responsible for such remarkable technology also played pivotal roles in creating other widely used tools like Google Maps. By drawing upon their expertise behind Google Maps, Waymo has been able to navigate the world accurately and safely without any trouble bringing many people home safely. Discovering how the technology behind Waymo works shows how accurately and fast self-driving cars can operate, perform, and avoid obstacles that humans otherwise would not be able to overcome, and because of such would cause the loss of lives. Rapid decision making is crucial in situations where choices can mean life or death, which is where self-driving cars have humans beat. Understanding the statistics behind self-driving cars and comparing them to human drivers draws attention to the significant safety advantage of self-driving cars, as shown by the notably lower occurrence of accidents on the road between humans and self-driving cars. Analyzing the economic impact made by the inclusion of self-driving cars also presents the realization of the billions of dollars that could be saved in the economy every year if society moved away from human-driven vehicles. Also covering the fact that so much of our land in cities is wasted on parking lots that are essentially glorified storage fields instead of businesses or homes for the many people who live and work in metro areas is astonishing. With all these discoveries and findings, it should be no surprise that society is moving towards a future of safety and reliability.